Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for July 18, 2022, the Warp Speed Edition. And we begin with that story as from Bloomberg. Elon Musk seeks to block the Warp Speed Twitter trial over the $44 million deal. Musk's lawyers say Twitter officials are unfairly pushing for a Warp Speed trial over claims Musk improperly canceled his buyout of Twitter. Musk's legal team rebuffed or opposed Twitter's arguments in that case and said that it will require a forensic review and large amounts of data about Musk's claims that Twitter's customer base is riddled with spam. This is a court of equity, so good luck, Mr. Musk. Next up from Reuters, EU antitrust chief Margrethe Vestager on Friday said that she has few merger deals in sight where she may use powers endorsed by this week's Europe's second top court, allowing her to scrutinize killer acquisitions. The court backed the EU's Article 22 power to examine deals where companies do not have activities or revenues in the EU. So new powers to a robust anti-corruption, or rather anti-competitive regulator. Well, it's really come to pass already now. Women who have miscarriages are having trouble getting healthcare services because doctors are afraid they'll be prosecuted for delivering abortion services. So it's really come to pass that the Republicans are going to go against all health care for women, at least when it comes to pregnancy. So good luck. And finally, in just a devastating report, the Texas House of Representatives delivered its findings around the failings at the Uvalde shooting last month. The exhaustive report blames every law enforcement agency responding to attack, faulting local police and more experienced agencies as well. Several of the key findings were that first of all, there were 400 police on site while the shooter was barricaded or even just locked in the classroom. For reasons still unclear, they were not sent in. The students who were in the classrooms calling 911, desperately pleading for rescue, went in to the local 911, but apparently these were not communicated to the police on site. So just terrible finding. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.